What's up? It's your girl Simone Sharice. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video might seem a little bit simple based on the title. You might be like, what girl? We know how to do a side part. What are you talking about? Like, really? A side part is not as simple as you may think, okay? It's really important to make sure you part your hair on the side as perfect as possible, because if it's done wrong, it could shape your face super wrong. It could also lead to your wig looking not as natural as it should be, aka wiggy, and depending on the style, it'll actually make your wig fall a little bit different. So first things first, when it comes to doing your side part on a lace front wig, it's really important to figure out what's your side. Now for me, I like to do a lot of things on the right side of my face. I feel like this is just the side that you see in all my photos on my Instagram. Now for this side, I don't care for this side of my face because I do have a gap here, and I just feel like, you know, like every girl in America, that my face looks different on the left side. Now if you're one of those people who do not have a side, I am jealous, okay? So in this video, I'm working with EVAWIGS. Okay, I already took it out the box. It looks pretty good. It comes with a headband in case you guys are wondering. This is actually the fake stop method that you guys should be very familiar with. There are little pieces in here where you can attach the adjustable headband, which they provided me with right here. This wig that they gave me, it comes in a middle part natural already. So what I want to do first is just play around and see how far back this goes, because sometimes when you have wigs, right here will only be 2 inches worth of lace and right here will be 6 inches. I want to know if they put the 6 inches going all the way around so that we can go ahead and get a nice deep side part. I'm going to go ahead and actually pluck this off camera to my liking. Alright, so first things first is I have my wig right here. It's all pre-plucked. It looks pretty damn good if you ask me. Step number 2 is to put the wig on your actual head now. But before doing that, make sure you go ahead and cut off the excess lace off of the back of the wig. Okay, so we have our wig on. Okay, step number 3. Before we even cut off the lace off of the wig, before we do that, what we want to do is just cut off a little bit of lace by the ears so that we can make sure that the wig is fitting on perfectly. Your ears are not being covered, nor are they folded. So just take your time right now to just map out where the lace is covering your ears and cut that part off. Now if you guys have never cut lace before, you have no clue how to do it, you're super lost, don't worry, I have a video showing you guys exactly how to cut lace off of your wig perfectly. Okay, go ahead and check that video out. Step number 4, okay? Now this is where we get started on actually creating that side part. So what I like to do is, before I accidentally botched my eyebrow on the left, actually both of them, by using Nair to do my eyebrows, I typically would say use the arch as your starting point. Now since I never do my side parts on my left, it's actually okay that I have a botched eyebrow on this side, because we're gonna actually do my side part on my right. I have so much lace here, I'm just gonna go ahead and start trimming off some of it because I can't see what I'm doing. Then what I want to do is I want to make sure that I have a rat tail comb. So for step 4, we're going to start creating that part. We're going to use the arch of our eyebrow as the starting point. So, you know, usually my arch is actually a little bit back here, but we're gonna go from there. This is where my starting point is. So kind of drawing a line from the top of the arch of my brow and going straight up like such, hinting at this being the starting point, and we're gonna go ahead and just create that line now and go as far back as you can. So now we have the start of something, the start of a siding part, wow, the start of a side part, but we're not anywhere near finished. Now at this point, you want to decide what kind of part you want. Do you want a straight part? Do you want a curved part? Do you want a deep part, a short part? What are you looking for? Now for me, when it comes to a wig, what makes your wig look super duper natural is having a deep part. Okay, when I say a deep part, that means it going all the way as far back as it can. And to do that, you can do that with a 4-inch part, or you can do it with a 6-inch part. So either way you're okay, but I usually opt for a 6-inch deep parting because it allows for it to look so much more natural. Okay, so for step 5, I would say you can also turn your wig before cutting off the lace tabs. Turn your wig to get a deep part so that it's more the desired outcome that you're looking for. Okay, so so for step 4, what I want to go ahead and do, or for step 5, I forget where we're at, I hate counting on camera because I never can remember, is I want to go ahead and get my hot comb. I already have mine heated up, so I'm going to go ahead and get that and start flattening out my part. All right, so what I didn't tell you guys, sorry, is if when you're doing your side part, if your hair is just so unruly and doing its own thing, go ahead and get a spray bottle, use some water, and just spray down the part that you are trying to make, in our case the desired side part, and just use a comb to flatten it down. Now don't make it too wet, because if we are gonna hot comb it right now, and you don't want it to like sizzle and burn and possibly melt your hair off. So a little spray just to keep everything down and intact. At the same time, I also figured it would be smart to flat iron my hair since it is straight and the hair does look a little bit frizzy. At the same time, as I'm hot combing and going through the hair row by row, I am gonna go ahead and just flat iron as well, and I am using the Baby Bliss Pro Titanium flat iron. I'm gonna use a little bit of bio oil, a very tiny amount, and just smear that over my hair. Okay, so my only bone to pick with this company, with this wig, is the fact that right here it does look a little baldish. Yeah, right here. It's just way too wide of a part for me, so I'm gonna show you how to fix that. But I guess it's a pro and a con, because the pro part is up here is not too thick, because if it's too thick then it's just so much more work to flatten out. But then the con is now you look a little bald. Okay, so what I want you guys to do as you're perfecting your side part is to really spend a lot of time flattening out right here, unless you want volume. But for this video, I'm not going to do volume, and I feel like a lot of the times when wigs are way too thick, okay, and you don't really spend time flattening out right here is just really high and weird looking, and then right here is nice and flat, and we don't want it to look like you're going over the hill. Okay, we want it to look natural. If you are going to add volume, or if you want it to look flat, we want it to look as natural as possible. So yeah, and then I'm gonna actually just cut this hair into a bob, because I feel like this is just, it's just, I mean, I guess it could go the natural route, but it's just so thin for me. I'm gonna go ahead and cut, and we're gonna neaten that up later on. We'll fix it afterwards, but right now I just need to have an idea of where we're going. So for the next step, now what I want to do is I want to perfect my part, okay? And this is pretty much going to be the most important step, because this is how we're going to actually leave it. Now if you like your part to be straight, and go right ahead and keep it that way, but for me, I like to keep mine a little bit with a bend, because I feel like it looks a little more natural for me in my case. So I'm just gonna keep right here being straight as my foundation, but when I get towards the ends, as far as this part and back here, I'm just going to curve it up a little more, creating like a, taking away that harsh edge. And now you want to just make sure you go ahead and just straighten that, so that it doesn't look all wiggly and, you know, obvious that it's fake. Mousse is going to be your best friend when it comes to creating new parts. Mousse and water. Okay, so next what I want to do is, you can see, first of all, right here is way too wide. I'm going to show you guys how to fix that, but as far as the front of the part is way too skinny. So I'm going to just go ahead and pluck a little bit of hair, a tiny amount of hair, I'm gonna go ahead and just take out. So next, what I want to do, the next step to perfecting your side part is get a foundation. Get a foundation that's yellow base, as I always tell you guys, and a nice flat brush. And we're going to go ahead and color our part, okay? Don't use a lot of foundation, use enough, just like barely tapping it in. And then just rub this onto your part without smearing it too much on the hair, because remember, the whole point is to brighten your part, and you don't want it to make your part look wider because you put foundation on the hair, okay? So try to stay on the part. Okay, so for the part that's just way too wide up here that we can see, I'm gonna go ahead and just use some mascara, and I'm gonna use this, just color the hair that's as close as possible to the part. So and that's exactly how you perfect your side part. That's how you create it. That's how it's done. It looks really good and natural, if you ask me. Again, I went ahead and just cut the hair so that it could balance my face a little better. But if you really sit here and look at this side part, you can see it kind of falls perfectly. It shapes my face. It doesn't look like, okay, I have too much hair that's thick right here. And even if I wanted, I could like you know, take this a little bit more out of my face, or I can comb this down into my face. And my side part just looks really good. Like, I'm really loving it. Now, it's not as deep because of where the wig stops, but again, if you did want a really deep side part, all you would have to do is just rotate your wig before you cut the parts above the ears off, so that you can have a more deeper side part. But for me, this is more of my speed. This is more of what I like. This is more of what I think fits most people. Very simple, very easy. Just take your time and do not overthink it. Again, the whole starting part is go off of your arch, create that line, and make the part, and it's so easy. Guys, if you're looking for this, I will have it linked down below so you guys can know where to find it.